been 4 months since the release of Path of Exile 2 into early access, and content and information from Grinding Gear Games has been flowing like. Come on, you piece of junk.
It's Hawg, baby.
About it, y'all. You got Hawg. Thanks for stopping by. So look, we got this 0.2 patch that's coming up, and they've been just giving us little teeny tiny teases and stuff, which is, made some of the content creators out there just come up with wild theories and wild things that they're telling everybody, like we're guaranteed 2 classes and the guaranteed date of it's this date and all this stuff. And so I wanted to just sit down and see what all we've heard so far and what they hadn't addressed and the stuff that they need to address, or it's going to be really difficult to keep playing the game for a lot of players. But first, this video is sponsored. Thank you to boot.dev for sponsoring this video. Learn back-end development from start to finish in the Python and Go programming languages. Boot.dev reached out to me and gave me a code and asked me to try it, and I'm going to tell y'all, this is the best way that I found to learn how to program. My dad's a developer and never had much time to teach me how to do any of this stuff, and this is where boot.dev steps in. The smartest way to learn the code is to make sure that you're never bored so that you can stick with it long enough to reach your goals. And that's why boot.dev made their learning system a game. You'll earn XP, levels, ranks, achievements, and complete quests to get a top spot in the global leaderboard. You'll actually code and engage hands-on because everybody knows you can't actually learn how to code without writing code and building real projects. Go over to boot.dev and use my code HOG to get 25% off your entire first year if you choose the annual plan. Big thanks to boot.dev for sponsoring this video, and now, back to it. All right, so to start this off, I want to read from the State of Early Access, February 7th, 2025. This is what was stated by Jonathan. 4 quotes here. Major balance issues with many player skills and builds, both too high and too low. Not enough character build options, including build-defining uniques. In-game progression balance is off, and not enough cool things to find in the end game. Okay, so let's keep that in mind going into what we're seeing. So what we've saw so far, what they've addressed, okay, they've doubled down on the bad tower mechanic, which a lot of players don't like. They brought out some new uniques. We'll look at those in a second. They've brought out the weapon lock, which is a feature that a lot of players in my community don't use. I've got one character that uses it. Some people use it, but a lot of people don't use it. So, okay, cool. Then they bring out these support gems. And a lot of these are just consumes fully broken armor on enemies within range to trigger Batter Shout. Batter Shout deals physical area damage based off the broken armor of the target which the explosion was triggered from. Successfully executing perfect timing with supported skills gains perfection. All perfection is lost on failing to execute any perfect timing. So you fuck up one time, it's over. Okay. What does perfection do? Well, it lasts for 6 seconds to stack up to 3 times, granting 5% more damage per stack. Okay. So 15% more damage, but you got to be precise at all times. Okay. So that's a great choice. Oh, they're updating the visual and audio fidelity of PoE 2. There's what the essence looks like. Okay, I don't know how y'all are feeling so far, but I really hope the stuff they hadn't shown yet is just gonna blow our fucking dicks off, because this right here ain't gonna cut it. We've been waiting for a long time. We need a balance patch. The economy's out of control. Nobody's logging in. There's 20,000 players right now. There used to be 575,000. It's supposed to be early access. We're supposed to be getting updates. You figure we at least get small updates. And so now we've got this trickle out content, trickle out information shit that GGG does. And I don't think the hype's really working this time. We heard about ascendancies, okay? This is gonna be well, we didn't hear about ascendancies. They teased a picture of an ascendancy. They said we're gonna have some new ascendancy classes. This is for the mercenary, obviously. And my impression of this is he's gonna have another mercenary, another dude, another hired hand that he sends out, like Valkyrie from D2. That's what I'm assuming. I mean, I know people are looking at this ballista here and this other stuff, but this guy, he's pointing for this guy to go here and charge, and that guy's going. So that's what I think it's going to be. Countless wars that left you with skills somewhat resembling a decent officer. Yep, that's what that's going to be. All right, let's talk about the uniques. The shield is all right. I'm not a shield guy, so I'm not going to shit on the shield. I think this is the best one they got. This one here's, okay, cool. I'm not gonna shit on that. We got apparently some Atlas skills, but we don't know what they are. They just show us a picture. So fucking annoying, to be honest with you. But dude, seriously, we like GGG. We wanna love your game. We wanna play your game. We wanna do it all the time. We wanna be obsessed with it. But you literally come out with this new game that we're all freaking out about, and you don't give us any goddamn anything, nothing to even talk about. You just, oh, surprise! I could draw you a picture of a really sick ass 20-foot bass boat and show you this is what I have. But if I don't show you, you don't know shit. Like, why can't you show us that? Tower endgame changes, not cool. And then some more support gems. If supported skills would gain extra damage of any other type, they gain extra cold damage instead. Well, let's just look at this here together. Does that look cool to anybody? I mean, the shills will say it's the most amazing thing they've ever seen in the game ever. But realistically, like these are like, I'm sorry, these are just not. Okay, you turn your fireball into cold. This is like elementary school basic ARPG stuff right here. Let's go to the uniques. So this has been a topic of conversation a lot. And it's pretty laughable, actually. If you shield the game, you'll talk about how amazing these helmets are. Oh my god, thank you so much. Two new uniques. But if you actually like look at these helms here, or helm and the hammer, the helm can't use chest armor, the most important piece for defenses and shit that a warrior uses. Chest armor, you can't use it. So you can wield two-handed axes, maces, and swords in one hand, which you could take a keystone passive to do the same thing. Okay, so there was a lack of build-defining uniques, and so we got some new uniques that aren't build-defining. Okay, and then for the hammer, 50% increased mana regen rate. A lot of the comments on this were a lot of warriors don't have mana. Like their mana's all reserved, so the mana regen rate's stupid. And the random shrine buff every 10 seconds, that's some straight Diablo 3 robbery right there. And a lot of the shrines are poo-poo. Like imagine having your gold buff, your gold shrine. Cool. No one's using this. And the and the 10% reduced attack speed has a lot of guys mad too. Why is everything slowing down? Why is everything slowing down? So that brings me to you know, things that we've not heard about that hopefully we're going to hear about as they release the big content showcase or whatever. Item currency drop balancing. So we need some balance there. You shouldn't farm 10 hours in game and not get jack shit, even if you've got 600,000 fucking magic fine. We didn't hear about crafting changes because there's no crafting in the game. It's gambling. Even the simple addition of a scouring orb would be game changing. No mention of any kind of divine sinks. Okay. Gazzy had brought this up a lot, but right now we're at like 500 plus exalts for one divine. So we got something's got to happen with that. No mention of an ascendancy respec. No mention of a one portal death change. No mention of the fix of the clunkiness of mercenary crossbows, fix of the warrior, fix of armor. No mention of new classes. No mention of new acts. Fixing of the useless waypoints and maps. Like there's one when you come in, and there's one like at the very end. That's it. Useless. No mention of map layout changes. No mention of addition of in-game mechanics. No mention of any MTX from PoE 1 coming into PoE 2. These are the major complaints that a lot of players have. This is what needs to be addressed. Not one single solitary mention about any of this. So hopefully that's coming in the announcement because again, we hadn't heard anything, but this is typical GGG. We don't hear anything, and then they'll announce a live stream to announce the announcement of the announcement of the announcement soon TM. As of this time, we don't have a date. We don't know when it is. They said it's their intention to get it approximately out in 1 month. And the approximate date of that would have been the 22nd or 21st or 28th or something soon, TM. I don't know. I wish they'd give us some idea so that we could plan. So, a lot of people want to take the day off or use their vacation time or whatever when a patch comes out, and we have no idea. Even the boys over at D4 give us a date. Last Epoch guys have given us a date. It's a month away and we got a date. So I don't understand what the deal is unless there's another delay coming, which, could very well be what's happening too. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of voice my opinions on it. I feel like we hadn't talked about PoE 2 in a long time because there's no updates. It's certainly not what I wanted in early access is this just 4 months with nothing. I mean, we got a little tiny 0.1 patch, but I'm talking about holy shit. And I think I saw a post on the forum where somebody did the math saying, you said early access was going to be 1 year. You'll have to release a new ascendancy like every week now at this point to be on track to do that. So I don't know. Anyway, come join me on stream, hit like and subscribe for more Hawg content. We'll see you next time.